Education Minister Honorable Shawn Edward met with a Catholic Church delegation led by the Archbishop of Castries to discuss issues affecting St. Lucia's Catholic schools, with a focus on student deportment, policy, and discipline in the public school system. In remarks highlighted during the discussions, Minister Edward acknowledged the Catholic Church's long-standing partnership with the Ministry of Education. He noted that the deportment policy announced for students in the public school system had generated significant commentary, including concerns voiced by the Archbishop, and said the meeting provided an opportunity to find common ground on key issues.
What I can tell you is that it was a very, very fruitful discussion. And from the deliberations, I can state emphatically and categorically that the Archbishop has been speaking with the best intention of our students at heart. So I was accompanied by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education. I was also accompanied by the Deputy Permanent Secretary and the Chief Education Officer. And of course, the Parliamentary Sec in the Ministry, Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, was also at the meeting with me.
Archbishop Gabriel Malze, in a press release, stated that the Catholic Church has always insisted that true freedom is found not in the absence of rules, but in the ability to live responsibly within them. Discipline is never the enemy of creativity. It provides the framework within which creativity can flourish without chaos, the Archbishop remarked. He stressed that lowering standards would not strengthen communities and urged that any policy changes reinforce the values that nurture well-rounded, responsible citizens. Edward says the Archbishop described the meeting as very productive and highlighted that it was the first time he met with the Education Minister in that particular setting.
We saw it as a first meeting that we need to have greater consultation between the Church and the Minister of Education, especially in policy matters. Because sometimes, in fact, as I raised with them, I generally feel that sometimes we're not operating on a level playing field. That policies are being made, things are being agreed on, and the Church is not is not privy to what is being agreed on. So I thought that the Catholic Church has a significant role to play in education in the country, and therefore our consultation with us is a necessary thing.
He expressed support for ongoing dialogue and collaboration as the two sides work to align policies and practices in the interests of St. Lucian students.
And for me as Minister of Education, I have always advanced the notion that as policymakers, we must find the time to sit with stakeholders to ensure that everybody is pulling in the same direction, because we are all in this not for ourselves, but for the collective good of the 26,000 school children interested in our care in St. Lucia.
Both parties indicated they would meet again in the coming weeks to ensure all stakeholders are aligned as they plan programs to benefit the nation's children. The discussions also touched on revisiting St. Lucia's long-standing 1988 concordat between the government and the Catholic Church to reflect contemporary educational realities. The exchanges underscore the Ministry of Education's commitment to collaborative efforts across institutions to advance quality education for all students. Shane Stephen, NBC Prime.